Hello, everyone. This is Laura Bundrick. Good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining the presentation. We'll wait just a minute or two to give everybody a chance to join and then get started. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're going to do a presentation today called Get Involved, Join In for a Great College Experience. And we wanted to, I know y'all are all preparing to go to college very soon in the next year or two, so we want to talk about why it's important to get involved on campus and be active in campus life. This is an agenda of what we're going to go through. I'll just go through this real quickly and then we'll kind of dig into the main points of the presentation. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Fluent, which is where I work, and we have a great relationship with the National Association for Campus Activities, and I'm also going to cover that. We're going to talk about clubs and organizations you can be involved with, councils, Greek life, sports, how you can actually get involved in all of these activities. A little bit about a unique program called Zipcar Students with Drive, and talk about why you want to get involved, how to make some campus connections, and then how all this will help you really build a really awesome resume. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, for those of you who may have missed it, I'm Laura Bundrick. I work with Fluent. We are a specialized marketing agency dedicated to creating engaging campaigns that connect products and services with college students. We do this by providing internship opportunities to students who want to gain real-world experience in marketing and business. And one of those brands that we work really closely with is Zipcar. Zipcar is a car-sharing service that allows you a smarter way to get around the city that you're living in or your new city where you're going to be in a year or a couple years. And it gives you the ability to drive cars by the hour without paying for gas or insurance. You don't have to worry about parking or any of that. It's a great way to run errands, go where you need to go, and not have to worry about gas and insurance. So that's just one of the great clients that we work with. And what we do is provide internship opportunities so students can work with us and help support those different clients on their actual campus. We have a unique relationship with the National Association for Campus Activities. We're actually based out of their offices in Columbia, South Carolina. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about NACA because they're really integral in campus life. So the National Association for Campus Activities is a nonprofit member association of over 1,000 colleges and universities. So chances are that the schools that you will be attending in the fall or in the upcoming years will be a member of NACA. And those schools are really your campus activities board. So they're planning all of the fun and unique activities and events on campus that you can participate in. And through our relationship with NACA, we have a really great working relationship with them, and through that relationship we're able to know a lot about what's going on campus and be experts on college campus life. So again, we're going to talk about getting involved and all the great ways that you can do that on your campus and why it's important. So this slide here shows you a lot of great ways that you can get involved in clubs and organizations. So clubs and organizations are run through the Student Affairs Department on your campus, and I think one of the first things you'll find out when you get on campus is every campus is organized differently, but most campuses have what they call either Student Affairs Department or Student Life Department, and that's really the central place of all of these clubs and organizations. So special interest clubs and organizations, everything from your fashion board to a ceramics club, these are really you know, again, unique to each campus. You're going to find different ones on each campus, but that's a great way to either get involved in something you've never been involved in and that you're really interested in, or to further something that you've been doing in high school or before, and meet fellow students who are also active in that area. Political, obviously, college Republicans, college Democrats, political economy club, lots of different ways to get involved there on a political front. International and multicultural clubs and organizations. The Black Student Union, Indian Cultural Exchange, great way to get involved in those kind of activities. And then religious and spiritual, so that's everything from Catholic Campus Ministries to the Hillel Foundation. So those are just 4 types of clubs and organizations. A big sort of area of clubs and organizations is service and philanthropic. So sometimes there'll be different clubs dedicated directly to a service or a philanthropy, such as Colleges Against Cancer, Dance Marathon, Special Olympics, Best Buddies, and Habitat for Humanity. And then sometimes clubs and organizations that you're involved in will actually raise money for different charities. So having that sort of service and philanthropic charitable angle is a really great way to get involved and meet people and kind of integrate into campus life, either through other clubs or directly through these service and philanthropic clubs. And then 3 other areas of clubs and organizations. We have academic and professional. These are really important. We'll go into a little bit more detail later about the importance of these, especially when it comes time to creating a resume. But these include everything from your sort of field, your specialty field, like your engineering society. So if you're a major, there's generally a club or an organization that fits your major. So marketing, engineering, teaching, medical fields, there's a lot of different nursing, there's a lot of different clubs and organizations specifically within the medical field. And then honor societies, you actually get asked to join these based on your grade point average. There are different ones also within your different majors. And then media, obviously, you have your campus newspaper, your journals and annuals that are created, campus radio, alumni magazines, and then different digital media groups where you can blog and that kind of thing. Okay, councils are a really important part of the way all the different organizations and clubs on campus are organized. So you have your Leadership Student Association, Residence Life Association, Student Government Association, and Student Programming Board. And again, these will vary from campus to campus. For example, sometimes your Student Programming Board may be called your Student Activities Board or your Campus Activities Board. But these are essentially the basic groups that you'll find on campus. The purpose of these groups is to really coordinate events and activities for campus, whether it's, you know, through Residence Life Association. Obviously that's within the residential halls. Student Government Association is responsible for creating bylaws and policies for how all the other different organizations are to act on campus. And then the Student Programming Board, as I mentioned before, through our relationship with the National Association for Campus Activities, those are the groups that are planning all the really awesome events and activities campus-wide. Obviously, Greek life is a huge area of campus involvement and a way for students new to campus to get involved and to get to know other students. You'll find a lot of different fraternities and sororities on campus and a lot of different activities. Really, Greek life kind of operates underneath its own umbrella. It is under student activities. However, there are different boards that govern Greek life, and they handle sort of their recruitment and their involvement differently. If you are interested in that, there's actually a whole separate process to get involved with Greek life. Generally, campuses do their rush activities, which is where you join a sorority or a fraternity. Those activities are done in the fall. Some campuses do those in the spring, but all that information is sent to you separately. But again, Greek life is a great way to get involved. They also do a lot of charitable aspects. And it's you know, a lot of overlap, so a lot of sororities and fraternities are involved with each other, doing charitable activities and events. But again, that falls under student activities, but is sort of a separate area, and you get involved through Greek life a little bit differently. Sports, so these are your non-NCAA sports. So these are the sports that don't fall under an actual team. So intramurals have all of these fall under the umbrella of the recreational sports. So intramurals, a lot of different schools have different intramural activities you can either do through a club or organization you're already involved in, or you can just join independently. This is everything from intramural basketball to flag football. Club teams, so these are teams that really operate on campus as a club because they do not have, like I said, they're not an actual official sport on campus. So different campuses are different. Sometimes you may have like your crew team may actually be a club team and not an official athletic department team. And then recreational activities are a great way to get involved. That's everything from taking classes at your rec center to participating in different events and fundraisers at the rec center. So this kind of brings me to how you get involved. The best way to learn more and get involved is right when you first get to campus. So that first week is called Welcome Week. And all of the different organizations will have an organizational fair, which is where they will be present. You'll kind of see that in some of the pictures here. They'll be present, they'll have a table or a tent, and you can go and learn about each organization. It's a great way to interact with people and really try to find out what the different clubs and organizations are all about. So I encourage you to take part in those organizational fairs, those back to campus events that are happening. Ask a lot of questions. Find out what organizations and clubs are important for you to join, or what kind of sparks your interest and would be the best fit for you. But again, that's all takes place during Welcome Week, which on most campuses is that very, very first week after you move in and get back on campus. And one of the unique things you can do that we promote through our relationship with Zipcar, and one of the unique things that they provide to clubs and organizations on campus is the Zipcar Students with Drive program. It's a way for students to get access to Zipcar. Basically what students do is they visit Zipcar U on Facebook and enter their group, so their club or organization, into one of three categories: academics, community service, or student life. And then each month, Zipcar and Ford select 4 finalists in each category. The finalists are notified of their submissions and made public on Facebook, and then each group has a week to basically get support of their organization through voters on Facebook, and then the group that receives the most vote is declared the winner. And then at the end of the year, all the monthly winners are considered for the grand prize. 5 finalists are chosen. Again, it's a Facebook voting, and the group with the most voters is declared the winner. And this is just one of the unique programs that you'll find once you get to campus. There is so much going on, especially when you live on campus. You're going to be able to see a lot more that's happening and a lot more that's going on. So I encourage you to take advantage of those opportunities to talk to people, learn more about what they're doing and what activities they're involved in, and then sign up to get involved yourself. So why is involvement important? I could talk to you a lot about how it's important to go out and meet new people and have fun and make new friends. But one of the things I wanted to focus on is how being involved really sets you apart. So just a couple of interesting but a little bit scary facts. During the 2012-2013 academic year, 973,000 associate's degrees were issued and 1.8 million bachelor's degrees were issued. The unemployment rate for those aged 16 to 24 is at about 16.2%, which is double the national rate of 7.5%. And student loan debt increased over 50% in the past 4 years. There's been a 10% increase in the amount that 25-year-olds owe. So what does all this tell us? Basically, it tells us that when you get out of school, you're going to be competing with a lot of other peers for the same jobs. You know, it's going to be really challenging to find a job. It's going to be really challenging to kind of set yourself apart and stand out. And you're going to want to make sure you find a job, obviously, because you're going to be facing a lot of debt. So you know, student activities is really a great way to set yourself apart, set yourself aside from all those other people who are competing for jobs. It helps enhance your resume. It helps you really look different when employers are looking through your resume or talking to you. It gives you experience that you don't get through just going to class, and that out of classroom experience is really essential when you're trying to find employment. Um, you know, not only are you involved in campus clubs and programs and activities, but you're also given the opportunity to have leadership roles in those groups. You're also able to help with planning events, raising money for charities, interacting with faculty. All of those things will help set you aside. And as you can see from these, you know, like I said, kind of scary statistics, it's really important to help yourself stand out and stand apart. The other thing that's really great about about being involved on campus is that you're able to make campus connections. So not only are you interacting with faculty who may be able to provide you with references, who may be able to provide you with leads on employment, you're also interacting with other classmates and peers who, you know, they may graduate, go on to get employed with an engineering firm who then is looking for employees from your campus, and that student that you made a connection with through your engineering club can recommend you. So making those connections, doing the networking while you're on campus, again, all outside of the classroom, is very, very important. The other thing that I want to kind of introduce you to that's interesting and not a lot of incoming freshmen know a lot about is a lot of areas that you can, other areas you can connect with on campus. There's a lot of resources available. The Writing Center, for one, is a great area that provides seminars for resume writing. They also will proofread your resume and cover letters. Academic advising, obviously keeping your GPA up is really important, and through academic advising in the tutoring center, they can help you with those, providing resources in your areas of study that may be challenging. The technology department, they're really there to help support you with anything you need for your computer services, your IT services on campus. Obviously, the registrar and financial aid, you'll probably all be very familiar with those areas, but you know, interacting with them and talking to them a lot about different opportunities in different areas, they're a great resource for you that you may not know about. And then the Career Center is probably where you'll, as you enter your junior and senior year in college, you'll spend a lot of time focusing on that. They have job fairs, they have on-campus interview services, even professional etiquette courses, and a really great way to connect to other alumni who may be able to help you as you're looking to build your resume and connect with alumni who may be in your field. And these are things that a lot of freshmen, as you enter campus, may not necessarily know that much about. They're just another way to connect on campus. Again, interacting with faculty, meeting new peers, just getting involved on campus and getting yourself connected so that when it comes time to do a job search, you're really you have a lot of resources already available to you. So a lot of the things we talked about, it's really important to help you with your resume, as I've said a couple of times. This is kind of just a chart of a great way to keep track of everything. You want to make sure you track all your activities. So if you're involved in a club or organization when you're a freshman, you want to make sure that you keep track of that you write down the activities that you do and the events that you participate in, especially any responsibilities that you have within clubs and organizations. Those are going to be great resume builders. Keep a list of special events and meetings that you attend. You will forget if you sit down to write your resume your sophomore, junior year in college, you want to try to get an internship and need a resume, any of that, you're going to need to know what kind of responsibilities you've had, what kind of events and activities you've been involved in, a list of all the clubs you've participated in. That's really important to keep track of that. And I encourage you to volunteer for leadership roles. You know, the more you do, the better it's going to look on your resume. You know, and as we kind of look back through some of the different clubs and organizations that I talked about, obviously I'm going to actually click back here so you can kind of, as a refresher, we talked about a lot of different clubs that you can be involved in, but you know, when you decide to get involved, I encourage you to not only get involved as soon as you get on campus, so your freshman year, but you want to choose what is going to make the most sense for you. So don't sign up for 15 different clubs and organizations just because it sounds like fun to be in the ceramics club. You want to be really intentional about those clubs and organizations that you get involved with. You want to be active. It's going to help you more in the long run when you go to build your resume. And again, like I mentioned, when you want to try to stand out from your peers when you're trying to get a job, it's going to help you more to have been intentional about your involvement and really get involved, um, and stay involved and be active. So all of these different groups that we mentioned, service and philanthropic, academic and professional, again, let's, kind of talk a little bit more about academic and professional. Those are the clubs that it really makes the most sense to be involved in, that impact your career field or your chosen major the most. And then, the different councils, that's a great way to show your leadership, and to gain opportunities within those different councils. The Residence Life Association, if you happen to continue to live in Residence Hall past your freshman year, serving as an advisor, gives you mentoring and management experience, gives you experience planning events and activities, and really serving in those leadership capacities through SGA and the Student Programming Board. These are all, great ways to get involved. And, again, Greek life, again, there are different ways you can be involved in leadership roles within Greek life. Again, back to kind of our how to build your awesome resume, which is what you want at the end of the day. Volunteering for those leadership roles and activities is really going to help you stand out and stand apart from your peers as you're interacting with them and looking to get a job after you have graduated. So again, the last thing I really kind of want to touch on, I want to go back and reiterate how to get involved, because this can be kind of confusing. Right when you first get on campus, you've just moved in, you've got settled in your dorm room, there's so much going on. It's a little overwhelming. You're starting college, you're leaving home. There's lots of new people surrounding you. But I encourage you to participate in these different events. Welcome Week, again, is that first week that you're back on campus, and it's an opportunity to learn all about the different organizations that exist on campus, ask lots of questions to learn what's the best fit for you, select those clubs and organizations that are going to be the most meaningful, that you're going to want to participate in and kind of stick with, and have really, really intentional participation and involvement with. And then there's lots of back to school events that you can meet new people and really start to get that campus involvement and that campus life involved or started as soon as you get back on campus. So that's really all. I wanted to just kind of go through that. Again, I work with Fluent. We are a marketing association that works really closely with campus life and campus activities, and have seen how impactful it can be to be involved on campus, and to get involved in clubs and organizations, Greek life, those different councils, even, sports activities such as intramurals. Any way you can to be involved in campus, to make those connections and help you stand out, will really help you when it comes time to search for a job once you graduate. So thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you listening to the presentation, and I'll stop for a few minutes to answer any questions if anybody has any. Okay, great. It doesn't look like there are any questions. If you have any later, please feel free to contact me directly. I would love to talk to you about any of the clubs and organizations that I mentioned, or kind of the process of getting involved on campus. My contact information is here on this slide. You can either email me or call me directly. Again, I would be really happy to chat with you. And I just wish you the best of luck. I know you're going through a decision-making process for some of you, deciding where to go to school, and for those of you who have already decided and are rapidly approaching the end of your senior year. I know it can be scary and overwhelming, but I wish you the best of luck. Enjoy the last couple of months of your senior year and look forward to great things to come in college when you can get involved, meet lots of new people, and get involved in really great events and activities. Thank you so much.